Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something that every single team wants, but let's be honest, very few actually nail: consistent, top tier productivity. We're going to look at how to stop hoping for good performance and start building a reliable system for it. So let's get into it.
It's the question that keeps leaders up at night, right? You look at your team, you see all this talent, you've got the resources, but for some reason, it's just not clicking. The results just don't seem to match the potential that you know is there. So what gives? What's the missing piece?
Well, here's the secret: it's not about finding some superstar new hire or just getting a lucky break. The teams that consistently crush it, they aren't lucky, they're systematic. And the best part? That system is something you can actually learn, you can analyze it, and you can apply it yourself. That's the whole idea behind performance consulting. Okay, so here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to unpack what we mean by the productivity puzzle. Then, we'll get a handle on the modern world of work. From there, we'll get super practical and talk about measuring what really matters, how to build an actual improvement plan from that data, and finally, we'll peek inside the consultant's toolkit that makes it all happen. All right, first up, let's get on the same page and define the problem we're really trying to solve here. What in the world is this productivity puzzle?
When you boil it all down, it's actually this simple. It's that space, that gap between what your team could do on their absolute best day and what they're actually getting done week to week. And the entire goal of this whole performance consulting thing is to systematically shrink that gap until it's gone.
Now, before we jump in and start trying to fix things, we have to understand the world we're operating in. Think of a performance consultant like a doctor. A good doctor isn't just going to guess what's wrong. They're going to ask questions, understand your history, and diagnose the situation properly before they ever write a prescription. And here's the thing you've got to understand: the very definition of work has totally changed. It's not just about sitting in a chair from 9 to 5 anymore. The factors that lead to success have evolved too. It's about collaboration, creativity, and being able to adapt on the fly. And the conditions needed for people to do their best work, that now includes things like psychological safety and well-being. Any modern plan has to take this whole, much bigger picture into account. Okay, so we've got the lay of the land. Now it's time to get into the diagnostic phase. This is the point where we stop guessing, stop throwing ideas at the wall to see what sticks, and we start looking at cold, hard data to figure out what's really going on. So what are we actually looking for? We're on the hunt for performance measures. The best way to think about these is that they're clear, specific numbers that tell you exactly how you're doing. This isn't about a fuzzy feeling of things are going well. It's a concrete data point, like average customer response time or number of bugs fixed per week. It has to be specific, and it has to be something you can actually track. And this quote right here just nails it. This is why that last slide is so incredibly important. If you aren't measuring, you're just flying blind. You're guessing. Improvement is basically a game of chance. But the moment you start tracking the right things, you get this clear, unbiased picture of reality. And that is the absolute bedrock of making anything better. So, we've got our data, we know where the problems are. Now for the really exciting part, turning all of that information into a real, actionable plan. This is where we turn those insights into actual impact. The process itself is beautifully logical. Step 1, you measure, just like we talked about. Step 2, you dig into that data to find the root cause of the problem, not just the symptoms. Then for step 3, you use that analysis to design a targeted improvement program, not some generic one-size-fits-all solution. And finally, step 4, you put it into action, you track the new results, and you keep refining it. See? It's a cycle, not a one-and-done fix. And that's really the most powerful part of this. This whole 4-step blueprint takes the vague idea of we need to get better and turns it into a concrete, tangible project plan. It gives you a clear roadmap from, there is a problem here, all the way to, okay, we're actively solving it. Okay, so to actually execute this blueprint and make it all work, you need the right tools for the job. So let's open up that toolkit and see what's inside. Now, this isn't about one single magic tool. It's about a whole collection of them. For example, a consultant might use process mapping, where you literally draw out a map of your entire workflow to visually spot where things are getting stuck. Or for continuous improvement, they might use a framework like Kaizen, which is all about making tiny, incremental improvements every single day. The point is, each tool is picked for a very specific job along the way.
Look, I really want to drive this point home. You do not have to be some high-paid, fancy consultant to use these ideas. Understanding how to measure performance, analyze what's going on, and design real improvements, that's an absolute superpower for any leader, any manager, or heck, any individual who just wants to get better. This is a practical framework for absolutely anyone.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Forget about your team for just a second and think about yourself. In your job, or even in a personal goal, what is the one single measurable thing you could start tracking tomorrow that would give you the clarity you need to actually improve? Because that right there, that's where this whole journey really begins.